Puerto Rico, they're good, decent, honorable people. The only garbage I see floating out there is just supporters, and it's un-American.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe Cam Harris was right. I understand why she has been keeping our former fearless leader, Johnny B. Biden, as far away from her campaign as possible. Although, in my defense, when I was talking about including Johnny B. Biden last night, I was talking about scripted campaign speeches. I was talking about using his experience, his political wisdom to assist with her campaign. I wasn't talking about putting him on live television without a 7-second delay. God. Either way, I understand why Commander Cam wanted to distance herself from Lieutenant Doofus. Doesn't really help your chances to get elected, especially in a campaign that would struggle to get Cam Harris elected if she was the only name on the ballot. If Cam was the only name on the ballot, Jimmy Carter would win this election. Hell, people might even write in Mittens Romney. But with a campaign that is struggling this bad, it doesn't help your chances to get elected when the current leader of the party, he is calling his political opponents garbage. When I initially heard these remarks from Johnny B. Biden last night, I thought he was talking about the WNBA. I thought he was rewatching Game 5 of the WNBA Finals and accurately describing the quality of play that he was seeing on the court. But that was not the case. Our former fearless leader, he was referring to half the country. Well, at this point, he was referring to well over half the country as garbage. In this moment, I want to send a special thanks to Johnny Biden. Donnie Trump already had all the momentum. Donnie already seems to be winning this election, but I want to thank Johnny B for swaying those voters who were still undecided. What John Biden did last night, he spoke from the heart. I admire his honesty. I admire his willingness to speak the truth because John Biden said what deacons at Woke United Methodist are thinking. When John Biden called you garbage, he was telling you exactly how they feel about you. As a result, Cam Harris is in a full-blown panic. Hell, Cam's been in a panic for the last 6 to 8 weeks. If she loses this election, Cam is going to blame this October surprise. She is going to blame Johnny B. Biden for costing her this election, when the truth is, Cam never really had a chance. Behind the scenes, it appears that leaders of the Democratic Party, they had already given up on Cam Harris. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Going into the sponsor for today's video, a company that values your patriotism instead of calling it garbage, my good friends at Trump Trends. Trump Trends just released an exclusive collector's edition of gold boots and sneakers. These gold-plated shoes, they are made with premium Italian-grade leather, and they are handcrafted right here in America. There's only 1,000 pair of these limited edition boots and shoes available. These would make the perfect Christmas gift for the collector and your family. Christmas is right around the corner. You can give them a rare piece of history by making them one of the very few people that own a pair of limited edition Trump footwear. Since these are handcrafted with strong American hands, it takes time for them to be prepped and shipped. If you want these to arrive by Christmas, they need to be ordered by next Tuesday. So you can vote for the Trumper next Tuesday and purchase these limited edition shoes at the same time. Trump Trends is your one-stop shop for everything Donald Trump. And the best part is, when you purchase something from Trump Trends, a portion of your purchase, it is donated directly to the campaign of Donald Trump. So join over 30,000 satisfied customers by clicking the link in the description below. Use my promo code BTL10, BTL10. Save 10% off your first purchase with Trump Trends. Now, the following report I'm about to share with you guys, it has been refuted by Democratic strategist James Carville. Though I disagree with James Carville on just about everything, I kind of like the guy. I like people who are in your face. I like people who don't give a shit about hurting your feelings. Even though I disagree with damn near everything he stands for, I can at least respect James Carville for being willing to unapologetically stand for something. Yesterday morning, reports began to surface on Twitter that James Carville was telling donors and advisors behind the scenes that Cam Harris was going to lose in a landslide. According to the reports, James Carville was telling people behind the scenes that Cam would likely lose every swing state, and she would probably lose New Hampshire and Virginia too. Now, initially, I believed this report because it was similar to the panic that's happening with Cam Harris. Not outside the realm of possibility to believe that Democrats are expecting an historic loss. Hell, it might be the only time in the last few years that Democrats are in 100% agreement with normal people. Because normal people, we are expecting a beatdown. Now again, James Carville is denying these reports. He is denying that he said this. And in his defense, a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, he did say that he expected Cam Harris to win. But he didn't really seem all that confident when he said it. What I can tell you with certainty, the panic is at an all-time high. After that disaster with Johnny B. Biden last night, it's being reported that Cam held an emergency meeting with her most trusted advisors. The same advisors that she allegedly cursed out and treated like complete shit just a few weeks ago. Well, KC, if she treats them so badly, why are they still working for her? Don't worry. They won't be for much longer. I'm sure they have taken a break from polishing the turd to polish their resumes. Here in about 6 days, they are going to be unemployed. And even if Cam Harris wins this election, her staff will still be looking for new jobs. On average, Cam turns over 90% of her staff every year. Working for Cam Harris, it's like having a career in the NFL. When you work for Cam, it's not for long. Supposedly, Cam held an emergency meeting with her staff last night to figure out how to mitigate the damage done by Johnny B. Biden. Unfortunately, they put their collective brain cell together and they weren't able to come up with a plan. The only idea they could come up with was for Cam to contact our fearless leader directly and ask him to retract his remarks and to apologize. Now, according to reports, the White House refused to let Cam speak to Johnny. Think he was busy playing Dungeons and Dragons. However, Cam was allowed to speak with the White House communications director, who swiftly told her that John Biden would not apologize, but he would issue a clarifying statement on Twitter. This is pure speculation on my part. I have no evidence that this is true, but this has been my feeling. This has been my theory over the past few weeks. I've said this about Bill Clinton. I've said this about Barack Obama. And now I am thinking the same thing about John Biden. I know Johnny B. Biden is not the smartest guy in the room, even when he is the only other functioning breather in the room besides Puff the Magic Dragon. But even with that being the case, John Biden, he has got 6 decades of experience in politics. You got to remember, Johnny B. did not want to step aside. He was forced to step aside so Cam Harris could have her turn being the replacement loser. I think, and again, this is just my personal theory, but I'm wondering if last night was intentional. I'm wondering if Cam Harris didn't want Johnny B. Biden on the campaign trail because she was worried about him doing what he did last night. She was worried about him intentionally sabotaging her campaign. A campaign that didn't need further sabotaging because she was doing a fine job herself. Between Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, and Joe Biden, you've probably got a combined 120 years of experience in politics. Clinton and Obama, these guys are shrewd speakers. They don't get rattled. A moment is never too big for them. Hard for me to believe that these 3 men with 120 years of combined experience have been this careless unintentionally. Like I told you guys before, I don't think they want Cam Harris to win because they don't want to have to deal with her for the next 8 years. Last night, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, he was on CNN. He made an appearance to address the comments made by John Biden. Josh Shapiro said, "I would never insult the good people of Pennsylvania or any Americans, even if they chose to support a candidate that I did not support." Meanwhile, the wife of Timmy Walls, she is saying, "I think we should put tampons in all bathrooms. That way kids could learn how to read." Have you ever heard of books? The biggest mistake of this campaign, it was Cam Harris selecting Timmy Walls. She made an emotional decision instead of a logical decision. She made a decision based on ego instead of a decision that might have helped her win. If Josh Shapiro was on this ticket, he at least gives Cam a chance. Instead, she went with the guy who thinks tampons are the cure for hemorrhoids. You know, this could not have worked out any better for the Trumper. Monday, the woke media, they try to make a big deal over that comedian making jokes about Puerto Rico. 24 hours later, John Biden says, "I can do better." There have been multiple attempts on his life, and all it did was make Donnie's poll numbers go up. They tried to put him in prison, made people like him more. Hell, the professional victims, they turned the Trumper into the ultimate victim. They tried to label J.D. Vance as weird. Then they selected a vice president that's actually weird, and he's married to the queen of weird. Tampons help kids read. Yippee! It has been one disaster after another. Nothing Cam Harris does works. This has been the most unorganized, worst-run presidential campaign of my lifetime. It has been an unmitigated disaster. But give me your thoughts on this. Cam Harris panicking. Reports claim that behind the scenes, James Carville is predicting a blowout loss for Cam. Now, James Carville denies that he said that, but I wonder if that is the real feeling behind the scenes. John Biden potentially destroys any chance that Cam Harris had to get elected. Do you think it was intentional, though? Do you think it was intentional? Do you think Johnny B. Biden did that on purpose last night? You tell me. Sound off in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share the video. Appreciate your support. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, and I'll see you guys later.